Alright, what's up? This video is for those of you who are parents, okay? And you're dealing with a child who is constantly misbehaving. Like, I know firsthand what you're going through, and it can be extremely challenging at times. Now, my little one, my daughter, is 4 years old, and she is the kindest, sweetest, funniest little character that I know, okay? But she went through a period of just being a little terror, a little brat. And it was after the infamous terrible twos, so I knew it wasn't that. But it seemed that no matter what I tried, her attitude and behaviour was it was just getting worse. And so she would do things like she was hitting and biting and just wanting to fight other people, even herself and me. Like, she would literally punch the wall and headbutt if she wasn't getting her own way. And I got to a point where I didn't even like to be around this child. It was draining. And so, to be honest, most of the time when she was spazzing out, having these episodes of these little fits, I was in a reactive mode, okay? So I would discipline her the best way I knew how, whether that was a timeout or confiscating her favourite toy or even shouting at her to stop, but nothing worked. And it was just getting worse and worse and worse, right? So I thought back to when I was a child, and I remember being more or less the same, if not even more horrible than she was being at times. And so I just thought, this is normal. Yeah, it's in her DNA. It's her character, right? She is her mother's child. She's just like me. She'll get over it. But that felt like an excuse, and something about it just didn't sit right with me, because on an emotional and a mental level, I was stressed out. This kid was obviously angry, and we were both hurting, okay? Now, no one wants to hear about their child's aggressive or naughty behaviour from anyone else. And I also knew that if she was going through these negative patterns of behaviour, if she was going through these negative experiences, then she must be feeling really horrible on the inside, and this was the way to express herself, okay? So I started to look within and just see what was happening in my own life that was contributing to this behaviour. And for me, as always, that firstly meant some deep meditation, okay, and conversations with God. And I asked, what was I doing wrong? I love this child more than life itself, okay? So please give me a solution. And I was led back again in that meditation to my own childhood. And yes, like I said, I would act out. I would be naughty and rude and aggressive. But when I was reflecting on the reason why, okay, and I was getting that download of why I was behaving like this, it was because I was angry. I was seeing things and living through some experiences with my mum, okay, at that time, that were making her upset. And obviously, as a young child, not knowing how to process my emotions, I was feeding off of her energy and obviously lashing out. And it was then that I got this epiphany moment and realised that my daughter, who is just now a reflection of me, was simply feeding off of my energy stream, okay? And this is the reason why she was misbehaving. And so I had to take a good look at myself and be honest. I'd been so caught up at that time in just focusing on my grind and building a business and moving home and some other personal stuff that I'd been stressed out, all right, on so many levels, and suppressing it. And I was angry. I was angry that things weren't maybe moving as fast as I thought they should be in certain areas of my life. And so because of that, I was being short with her, yes, or dismissive, and just doing the run-of-the-mill tasks together with her as a mum should, on autopilot, rather than giving her the dedication, the undivided attention that she was obviously yearning, all right? Now, I understand that as parents, we get caught up. We get so caught up sometimes and busy ourselves trying to create the best lives for our kids by giving them what we thought we never had. And so we can get sucked in easily to just being busy when all they actually want is you. And so once I just had that realization, okay, that I was the source and the solution, I made a conscious decision and an effort that instead of trying to work on her and fix her, that I would work on me. Yeah, you see, kids are just a mirror image of who we are. They don't listen with their ears to what we say. They listen with their eyes and their hearts to what we're doing and who we're being, okay? And so if we're always on the phone, they're going to want a phone. If you're rude to the waiter, they'll probably be rude to the waiter too, okay? If you're frustrated and stressed out and short with them, then this is how they're going to react in their relationships with others. And so I made a vow to myself at that point that I was going to spend dedicated time with her and I alone, okay, to do whatever she wanted to do every day, even if it was just an hour. That hour was hers to play, hers to create, to talk, to tickle, to watch TV, to do whatever it is that she wanted to do. And during that time, I would just make sure that I was pouring into her and make sure to give her lots of love and positive reinforcement and cuddles and kisses, and let her know how special she was, okay, and how much mummy loves her. And then throughout the day, I would still reinforce it and stay conscious of my reactions towards her and make sure that they were kind and positive, even when I was having to be firm, yes, because they still need to be consequences, all right? So even when it was challenging, I would take a deep breath, I would breathe, center myself, and stay calm before reacting, yeah? Before letting her know what she was doing or saying wasn't acceptable, I would have set the tone, and it worked. I began to see that it wasn't her all along who'd been obnoxious and jarring. It was me. She was mirroring my behavior. And so as soon as I started to be calm and present and kind, then she had no other option than to just mirror that, yeah? Children are like sponges, especially at this imprint stage. And so whoever you're being, they're going to emulate. All these kids really need is TLC. As cliche as it sounds, like tender love and care. Love really is the answer. And now I can say that my relationship with my little one is 1,000 times better. So if your child is making you feel stressed out, then it's probably because they just want a little more one-on-one special time with you, okay? Speak life into these kids and speak gently. Sometimes our tone and the way we speak is condescending. Like, listen to yourself. It's rough and abrupt. These are little people, but they're not small for long, all right? And they love us so much. So we have to talk to them with our nice, sweet voices and a happy heart. Like, whatever we're going through on a personal level, it's not their fault. But the more that you're frustrated and your behaviour towards them is showing that, then the more nervous and anxious that they're going to become and start believing that they must be the one to blame, okay? Remember, they are learning every day and building their characters. So if you really want to raise a sweet and kind and caring, sharing human being, then you have to show them what that looks like, okay? I hope that helps, guys. I know it's not easy and the changes are not going to be instant, but they will be rapid and they will be a lot quicker than you expect, okay? And both of you are going to prosper. Both of you are going to feel so much better on the other side, okay? There's no book on being the perfect parent, but there is a universal formula, and the universal formula is love.